In the last episode, I compared Chris to Frodo Baggins from Lord of the Rings. Apologies to Frodo Baggins, because you're known for your courage and kindness, and just being honest, Chris is a dickhead.
He's an asshole.
Love is Blind, Season 10, Episode 9, Just Being Honest. Let's watch.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
Hey, Channel Surfers. Welcome to Remote Reality. I'm Lauren, your friend and attorney host who loves to overanalyze everything, including our favorite reality TV shows. And you should probably be working right now, but I can't resist. This is such a good season.
And
In the
I'm
bad
Dee.
ways.
Yes, and I'm Dee, her paralegal and smartass sidekick and co-host.
You should probably also be working, but I just drug her down with me.
Yeah, I know.
We
I'm
don't
in a
need that-
mood.
We don't need that kind of karma from work in our lives. We're having fun with the Channel Surfers watching Love is Blind. Channel Surfers, make sure that you like and subscribe. It's the best way to support our small little independent podcast. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. I was saying 500 the other day, but screw it. Let's go for 1,000. I
Let's
never
go for
thought
it.
that we could get to 100. When we got to 100,
We were so excited.
and every time we see another person come to the fun side with us, we get really excited. We're almost at 250.
It's amazing.
So let's reach for the stars. Grab those stars, reach up there in the sky. We're going for 1,000, y'all.
We're going to dream big.
I'm laughing. I'm like, it's never going to happen.
We're dreaming big.
We're dreaming big. Big dreams. Kind of like the dreams that Chris has. He dreams that he's just this big hunk that nobody can get enough of, and he's just too good for everybody. So yeah,
Okay.
our dream, if he can dream that, we can dream that we'll have 1,000 subs one day. Like and subscribe. This link right here on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts and Spotify, follow, leave us a 5-star review, comment, and share with all your friends who love the same silly shit we do. And with that, this is crazy. I called it. I said that he had this weird look. He was putting on some sort of show, because who the hell is this Mr. Hyde?
I know. I was so blinded by his smile because I thought he had such a good smile. And him and Jess seemed to be getting along so well. And I'm like, this guy came out of nowhere. Like, this complete dickhead came out of nowhere. I did not see it coming.
There was something that wasn't genuine. And at the end of this episode, I've got a little bit more tea from the TikTok world. But let's talk about what an asshole he is now. So to recap, in case you aren't listening to our shows back to back, I'm surprised if you even make it to the end of the show. They're all bookmarked though, just FYI. Like, do people make it to the end? We left with Chris and Jessica having a conversation. Apparently, he had gone out and stayed out all night, and she said, you should communicate that with me. We're living together now. Do I need to have a missing persons report? Let me know you're alive. Followed by him body shaming her, saying that she's not his type, which is CrossFit, Pilates all day. And then saying that he's not attracted to her. That's not his type. And this is where we're picking up. We're picking up with him being honest with his thoughts about what life would be like with Brie.
What the hell's wrong with this guy?
She says, this is hard for me to hear. And he's like, I figured it would be. What does he want her to do with all of this? What is his expectation? He wants her to work it out. He wants her to stick around. He doesn't want her to cry. Everything that he felt for her is true. What are you giving her? And what is she supposed to do with it?
I don't think he wants any of that stuff. I think he's just blowing smoke out his ass. Honestly, I think he didn't like her questioning him about being out all night, and that this is a
Toddler
horrible,
throwing a tantrum.
yeah, this is a horrible, mean deflection to completely get away from what he was doing out all night.
He is used to gaslighting women, and she is too smart. This is an internal medicine doctor. Jessica ain't having this stuff. She is looking at him like he has two heads.
He does have two heads. What the fuck? He's like Jekyll and Hyde.
Well, I meant on his shoulders, but yeah. that's
Gotcha.
true.
He's like two different people. This is just stunning. Stunning.
She just looks shocked. Like, you've got to be kidding me. What kind of shit are you trying to sell me?
And
This
who the
is-
fuck wants to work something out with somebody that's sitting there saying, I'm not physically attracted to you?
And
like,
I
I can-
figured it would be hurtful. I'm saying
Yeah.
these things that I figured would be hurtful, but
Mhm.
it doesn't change how I felt about you. It's all such bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, something else is
This
going
is
on.
toxic. This is abusive. And you know what? He's come out. Chris has come out on the social media and said, oh, it's all the edit. Like we didn't just see every word come out of his mouth. This isn't cut.
Mhm.
This isn't, how do you blame this on the edit? Saying that you're not my type. I'm not sexually attracted to this type. I'm thinking about what things would be like with my ex. I have watched that entire sentence come out of your mouth. I'm not sure how this comes up and you're not the bad guy and it's the editor's problem.
Yeah. He's done.
This isn't
He's
a Franken
done.
edit where they're like chopping up his sentences.
Mhm.
You're watching his full mouth say this,
Yeah.
thinking
hope
that we're
she's a-
stupid.
I hope she's about to show him the door.
If she's about to stick her boot in his ass.
Mhm.
It's like you're watching this cycle of abuse in real time. He
Mhm.
goes from gaslighting her, like saying she's ugly, saying these abusive things about her, to we have fun together, the honeymoon. Remember the good times?
I feel like Chris was wanting her to beg
Well,
to
she ain't
stay or work
begging.
it out. I know. She does exactly what she should have done.
What does he think is going to make her beg to stay with him?
I think he maybe needed some kind of validation with the shit he was throwing at her, that no matter how bad he made it, she would be like, no, please, we can figure it out. We can work it out.
This man tried to set her in her place. You aren't going to question me or my behavior. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to go out drinking with friends if I want to go out drinking with friends. And you're worthless. But Jessica realizes her worth. She knows she has a beautiful life. She doesn't want somebody in it that's going to ruin it. She's got something good. She doesn't need somebody to make her happy. She's already happy. She wants to share her life with somebody. So
She's
this
dodging
toxicity, it's not working.
Yeah, she's dodging a bullet.
She is a queen. She took that crown, put it on her head, and kicked his ass to the curb.
Yeah. See you later. Bye, Chris.
How are they supposed to have fun now? What, you want to go do Pilates for fun?
That's always
Would that be fun?
Yeah, that's always going to be in the back of her mind what he said. And then he's sitting there talking about having sex with her and his expectations with physicality. I hope he looks like shit in a few years.
A few years? Have you seen him now?
No, I mean his body, because he thinks that he's so fit and stuff right now.
Oh,
Look,
5 foot what of him? Sorry. I've
don't
dated
know.
short guys. There are plenty of nice short guys, and
Yeah,
fuck him.
obviously working out and staying fit's very important to him now, but
It's not everybody's type. It's not everybody's shot of whiskey.
I hope it comes back and bites him in the butt. I hope someday he falls in love with some girl that he just can't live without or something. And she's like, I'm just not physically attracted to you.
He might have just let that one get away because he thought he was going to teach her how to treat him, and she taught him how to treat her, which is, you're not dealing with me anymore. Jessica was like, bye, done with you. I work at the hospital every day. We had this conversation. You were under no illusion that I was going to be working out when I'm saving lives, which made him look like a total asshole. I loved it.
She's so fucking hot.
She's
She's beautiful. She's got a
Gorgeous.
great figure. I don't know what the hell his problem was.
He just let the best thing he would ever have get away from him. The only reason he got her is because she couldn't see him. And I love how she did a twist on Love is Blind. Jessica is sitting there in a hotel with her bags, and she said, Love was blind for me because he did a 180. This really did come out of nowhere. She said 3 days ago, I would not have expected that. This came out of nowhere.
I know. That's what's so weird about it. Like, we didn't even see it coming.
And what's this obsession with Brie all of a sudden?
Well, maybe there was more to that conversation than we saw in Cabo when Brie and him talked. Maybe there was some stuff edited out that we didn't get to see. I don't know. I still am going to go with he hooked up with a girl the night he was gone. And it gave him a completely different idea of what he wanted to do. And he just went with it. He forced that situation. He knew.
He did. But
Yeah.
then he was saying he wants to work it out. So he knew he was in the wrong. He just couldn't take accountability for the fact that when you are in a relationship and you're living with somebody, you need to communicate. He wanted to dodge accountability. And he did that by saying, oh, you think I'm so bad? Well, you're not good enough for me. So you should just be thankful that I'm here. And it didn't really work out in his favor because it's not true.
Mm-mm. No, I think he was just spouting
I
a
don't
bunch
think
of
it has
empty
to do
words.
with him cheating. People can be tool bags like this. It has to do with him not wanting to be challenged, not wanting to do what it takes to be in a relationship.
I'm so mad at him. I just don't even want to.
And I don't know that Brie is going to be on the same page because we then go over to Connor and Brie in their apartment, and this is like the cutest and happiest blah blah words that I've seen them ever in this show. Like I finally get the connection after this scene.
Yeah, they're in the kitchen. They're gonna cook together, and they just they do what they've been doing. You just nitpick here, nitpick there, but it's kind of flirty.
Oh yeah, they keep kissing each other. He's got chicken burning on the pan. She's like, just use a different tool. I don't think that's gonna work. You're gonna need something serious to scrub that chicken off that pan.
Yeah, he put something in the microwave. Did it still have the plastic on it?
Yeah,
Is that
it was the butter container with the plastic around it.
She's like, you're gonna give me cancer.
She goes, I'm not gonna look though. Go ahead, zap it for 20 seconds. It's just so fun, flirty. He said, sometimes you're kind of mean. She goes, oh, no, I'm a Sour Patch now. And then she starts kissing him. And she's like, look how good you did. Look, you're cooking. The man's in here cooking. You've been cleaning and doing chores. I'm proud of you. So gave him some cred for once. But they're just, I haven't seen this. I have not seen this in them. Although we did not watch the pods. You guys may have seen this in the pods. This is the first time we're seeing this chemistry.
They have a very cute domestic relationship going on, watching the two of them trying to get domesticated, I should say.
Very cute. Very cute. They both get a text message at the
How
same time.
That's what I was going to say. How ironic. What's the odds that they get the text messages at the exact same time? Do you think this is edit?
This is production.
Okay.
1000% production. They were told to each look at their phones. I'm sure that production added the ding sounds in. Brie looks at Connor and says, what, is he going home? Because Jess must have texted that she's going home to Brie. And Connor's like, no, but I'm sure he'll want to talk about this as soon as he's done. Which, done with what?
I'm confused because I thought, at least last episode when I watched, if one of them went home, they both left. So what's Chris hanging around for?
Remember, Chris thinks they're going to work it out. This just
Chris. You need some lessons.
Telling you I'm thinking about my ex.
Yeah, she's
and you're not
back.
attractive enough. That's just a little bump in the road.
Yeah. Chris, just for future reference, she's not coming back, dude.
There's ways to heal that little bump. Just a little hemorrhoid cream. Just get rid of Chris. Ashley and Alex are also looking really happy. She got some. That must be some good sex.
Yeah, that makes that'll put a smile on anybody's face, getting you some.
That's why she's putting up with this.
I bet it's really hot.
She's like, I'm only here for the sex. When you're running your mouth, that's not what I'm here for. I'm frustrated by that. Just shut up. Here's my hole.
Let's
do what you're supposed to do. They've got pretty good golf swings.
They both, neither one of them are strangers to a golf course, you can tell.
I love golf. I do love me some golf. Although right now with my arms still being sore, possibly broken from 3 weeks ago, channel surfers if you want to weigh in on that. Should it still be sore 3 weeks after falling on it?
Should she have gone to the emergency room like her paralegal told her to do?
Like my friend who's a physical therapist told me to do right after I fell on it. I like how you said, should I have gone? As if that's not a concern anymore. It's fine. Just rub some more cream on it. Anyway, yeah, you got to keep that arm straight though when you're golfing. I guess I could put that brace on my arm. I shouldn't put any pressure on it. Sorry, ADHD sidetrack. They were looking cute. Like somehow my my dislike for
Alex is lessened because of Chris. That's
Isn't
the way
that
I feel
crazy?
right now. Like now I kind of like Alex.
I was like, wow, they're a cute couple. It's amazing.
He's probably
It's like
good in
shit
bed. You know?
sandwich or tuna. Which do you want?
Yeah.
I'll
looks
take the
a
Monte
lot better.
Cristo, but if that's the choice.
Yeah, he looks a lot better now that we've listened to Chris and his garbage.
Mm.
And Ashley, she's come out bright and shiny on the other side of their first fight.
She looked so happy. She was glowing.
That was probably 2 or 3 orgasms.
I need some of that. I need to glow. Just old and dull.
I understand.
Christine and Vic, they give me the tingly winglies
I just love watching them.
every time.
They're like an old married couple, I swear. They
They're
just
so cute.
They just go together so well. It's like you would think they'd been dating for like several years.
They're going to go see her hometown of Hillsboro, Ohio, which you've been to Hillsboro. This is around where you grew up.
Yeah, this is my neck of the woods. There's a lot of Amish country out in there. It's very rural and small.
Now, does every town have a grocery store that high school kids hang out in the parking lot?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I assume they do because that's exactly what we did.
In Fort Mill, it was that Food Lion parking lot in TK.
Yeah, ours was called Big Bear. So everybody hung out in Big Bear parking lot, and like McDonald's was at the front of the Big Bear parking lot. So there was McDonald's and Pizza Hut, so you could get food,
so you could
hang out in the parking lot. Everybody, some of us, not me, but some of them, yes, were getting stoned. But everybody hung out there. You just went from car to car, talking to each other. That people would be playing music, sitting on the hood of the cars and in the cars. I mean, it was just what you did.
Christine feels insecure about where she came from, or at least she did for a long time. And she even wondered what would a guy like Vic want to do with a small town girl like me. But you know what? That high school parking lot experience, I think that's very relatable. I think no matter where you grow up, or maybe, I don't know. If you lived in a big city, you're probably not hanging out in a parking lot. If you're in Brooklyn, he might not even have a parking lot.
Probably not. But I wouldn't want to have grown up any other way. I love my childhood and my teen years in a small community.
What kind of fun did you guys make? Because she said you have to make your own fun.
We had 4-wheelers, 3-wheelers back then, not 4-wheelers. We played outside a lot, played in the woods, played in the creeks.
Same. We did grow up for a few, we moved all around, but for a few years, we lived in this tiny town, 500 people. And there was this huge cow pasture over by our house. My brother, he cut the barbed wire so we could get in and play in the cow pasture. And then one day my mom's on the phone. She's like, I got to let you go. The cows are walking down the street.
No.
And we lived on a lake at the time with alligators. So hopefully they didn't go for a swim because the gators would have had steak. Anyway, I don't think I could live in a small town again.
It wouldn't bother me. I mean, I don't live in a big town now. I live in a small town right now. But I'm close to beach access and 3 or 4 hours maybe from the mountains.
You don't have to go hang out in a cow pasture.
I'm not an hour from the closest mall. Let's put it that way.
Vic, he gets into the moment. He's like, oh, yeah, look, bowling alley. Let's go bowling. He's feeding the horses, laughing. He's just so immersed in this experience.
He might like it better than he thinks, or she thinks he would think. I don't know.
I don't know if you can take the city boy out of the city because you can't take the country boy out of the country.
This is true.
And
he did grow up in Brooklyn, so it's a completely different background than she had.
Can't take the country boy out of the country either. So,
or the girl. Just listen to me talk long enough and you'll hear the hit come out.
The Valley Girl and the Hillbilly. That's us.
Apparently.
I just love Vic and Christine. So Amber and Bigfoot are out to dinner. He's so hairy. I'm sorry. While I'm eating, I do not need to hear Amber talk about shaving his back and then his mom say, do you have to shave his butt too?
Shit.
Dingleberries.
Mom.
Exactly.
I think that Mom was testing that sense of humor.
They were getting along great. His two sisters, his older sisters, they are just like, you're so pretty to Amber. And they brought her a plant and they're excited about her 7-year-old daughter because her daughter will have a 7-year-old cousin. Apparently, Jordan is really great with the kids. It's like going to the zoo. He's a big furry woolly mammoth.
We're not going to be making fun of Jordan. I like Jordan.
Then you shave his dingleberries.
No, I would never go that far with anybody. I don't love anybody enough to shave their dingleberries.
Do you love yourself? Anything else to add for them?
Lauren, what the fuck? Check your blood sugar. You're starting to really say some stupid shit.
What do you mean starting to? Have you met me?
Well, you were pretty good last episode, so that's why I'm wondering.
I'm sorry. She said shave his hairy butt. Where am I supposed to go with that?
I'm assuming maybe the butt cheeks. I wasn't going dingleberry in my brain. That's you.
But this is hair. Do you have hair on your butt cheeks or in your...
No, but maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe she's just fucking with Amber to see what kind of response she gets from her. That's what I was thinking. She was just being silly, seeing if she thought it was funny too.
Can you
Like, is
imagine
she
him
gonna
laying there on his back, spread eagle? Here's the razor,
No.
babe.
Stop. Just stop.
Just lift him up.
There's
Don't nick my
professionals
balls.
for that. I would just send them there. Go to a professional waxer.
That's love. She loves shaving his back. I'm sure she'd do it. It'd probably be some sort of foreplay for them.
Oh, God.
There's no way that they're not going to end up together.
They're so good together. I hope we're right. I hope this is a couple that actually gets married because I do like them together.
The couple that shaves their backs together stays together.
Mm-hmm.
Devonte is funny as shit.
I love him too.
He's making her chicken. She's like, oh, it's good. Oh, I cooked it medium rare tonight. And she's like, are you trying to kill us? Well, I need to slim up before the wedding.
They'll both be in the shitters for the wedding.
And then he says he likes her height because he can hide his snacks from her up in the high cupboards.
It was just weird because like they were having this great banter and conversation, and all of a sudden she just like flips it with talking about him not complimenting her enough, saying she's pretty
so
or something.
Brittany, well, I think it's good that they're in a good moment to have this talk, Brittany and Devonte.
True.
You don't want to bring up issues during a fight because you're going to have a lot of emotion attached to that. So they're in a positive space. And she says, I don't feel the same connection that I did in the pods. And it's because he joked around and he's like, oh, we can pretend to be in the pods. And he put the blanket up, which was funny. And she said she doesn't feel that same connection. She doesn't feel like he thinks she's beautiful. And he said that he had made some sort of comment about her swimsuit. And
I knew what he was saying. He was saying that she had already said that to him once, and that put him in his head thinking if I compliment her now, she's just going to say, you don't mean it. It's because I had to say something to you. And that made sense to me.
But he was saying it's because of the way she said it.
Mm.
Because in my head, I was thinking, she's telling you what she needs. She's telling you she needs that validation. So if you stop giving it to her, that's not, like, why would you stop? She's telling you, but it's the way. It's because she was accusing him. She was saying, you don't tell me that I'm pretty. And that makes Devonte go, like, she's going to say I don't do it. She's mad at me. So she's going to get mad when I do it now.
Do you think that this validation of, especially the women I've noticed, not just this season, but last season too, always saying, you don't tell me I'm pretty. You don't tell me I'm beautiful. Do you think that that is maybe a negative that has come from the pods because they didn't see each other face to face? And once they get out and actually are seeing each other physically, because I don't remember ever being that way in relationships, like needing somebody to tell me all the time that they found me attractive or I was pretty. They're with me, so I know that they find me attractive or pretty. That's just the way my brain works. Sure, it's nice to hear it every once in a while, but it wasn't something that I needed.
That's a good point. I just don't know that is this a distinction without a difference? Her saying, you don't call me pretty, or her sitting there and saying, I need to hear this? Because even if she says, I need to hear this, and he tells her, won't she still feel like he's saying that because I said I needed it?
That's what I would assume. And how often does she tell him that she finds him attractive, I wonder? Because it's not an issue for him. He doesn't say anything about
Maybe
it. So
he's like Chris. He just knows he's hot shit.
I don't think it's as important for guys.
It can be. It can be for some guys.
Yeah, I can see that. My husband walked by me and slapped me on the ass and said, nice ass. I'm like, I got it. I wasn't worried.
Oh, girl, I lost it a while ago. He then does give her a lot of compliments, though, that he likes her smile, that he likes her natural beauty, but he also likes her lashes. Like, I like you anyway. I can get you. You're just a very beautiful lady, and I'm a lucky guy.
Yeah.
It was sweet. I'm liking them. I am liking Devonte and Brittany.
I do like them.
They're growing on me.
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned with her when they first came out of the pods because she had made some comments, I think, about his weight and stuff. So I am kind of a little bit leery with her, but I love him. He's so nice. So I hope she doesn't like get mean with him or anything.
I think she's a calming presence for her. He's a calming presence for her. I think he grounds her.
They're definitely getting along a lot better since they've gotten back from Cabo.
And they've gotten settled in with each other. We were saying what an emotional roller coaster Devonte would have been going through, but all of them are going through something huge and emotional and probably pretty jarring to go from single to 2 weeks later without seeing your family, friends, not being able to bounce ideas off of them, let them know about this person, you're engaged. So it's a lot to process for everybody, just
And then
extra.
you throw grief on top of it. Yeah.
Right. I think we have to give them all a little bit of leeway how they act coming out of the pods. Something that we don't experience.
We'll see. Like I said, hopefully.
We'll see. What are you planning on going on Love is Blind?
No, I just meant watching her further.
So at the beginning of the episode, I apologized to Froyo for comparing him to Chris. Also, apologies to Connor, not only for comparing you to Chris at all throughout this entire season, but also for getting you two mixed up in the pods when I couldn't see you. We are so sorry. They are not the same person. I don't care that their birthdays are close together or that they find the same girls interesting. These are two different guys.
Yeah. And can I just say, Connor shaved the beard off and left the mustache. I like him better with the beard. I think he's much more good looking with the beard.
Gives him a stronger jawline, but I think he's cute either way. You can see his dimples with the scruff.
Cute. He is cute either way. I just like him better with the beard. Because that was the first thing I noticed when he met up with Chris in this scene.
What did you think of Chris's version of events?
It was not the way that it went down at all. He made it sound so much like filtered.
It still didn't sound great, though.
I know. He
Chris
filtered
tells
it a
Connor,
lot.
I told her I wasn't necessarily attracted to her, and she left. And Connor, you can see, even with this like very cleaned up version, his face is like, fuck, brah. Like, you aren't gonna fix this. You see the thoughts in Connor's head, pinging, ponging back and forth. Like, he's like, I can't fix this for you, dude.
You fucked up.
He tries. He's like, well, are you sure she's done? He's like, yeah. Well, put it down in writing. Tell her how you feel. At least get it off your chest.
He don't need to put that dumbass shit in writing so that it's there for everybody to see for eternity.
Actually, yes, he does.
It's already on
Jess,
video.
You need to post it on TikTok. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you from the channel surfers.
It's already on video. What? It's
Did
like,
you kind of leave out the part where you're thinking about Connor's fiance?
did she? I was trying to remember in this conversation. Did he tell Jess that it was Brie, or did he just say his number two?
He said my number two, but Jess knows who his number two was.
Did she know it was Brie?
Everybody knows it's Brie. Yes, they ended up together. They've talked about who their people are.
So I wonder if Jess is going to tell Brie or Connor what he said.
Well, Connor doesn't seem to be aware that anything like that happened. Because when he was telling this to Chris, I was thinking, he's giving Chris advice on how to maybe capture Brie. I bet Chris is sitting there like, put it in writing. Say, I will put my feelings for Brie in writing and see if I can win her back.
I didn't even think about
fear.
that.
I don't.
Yeah, he simplified and filtered everything of his conversation with Jess. Like, he just made it sound.
He tried to make it sound good, but like I said, Connor, he's just sitting there shaking his head like, you did what?
Yeah, I think even Connor knew better. Yeah. I would have loved for Connor to actually hear how the conversation went.
Well, he will get that opportunity when he watches this episode. I cannot wait until the reunion.
Me either.
Connor can't save Chris from himself. Now, I did see an interview that they have done. They've got him on YouTube. Somebody is interviewing the guys, and Connor says that he doesn't think Chris is a bad guy, but he also is not in communication with him anymore for obvious reasons.
Maybe he does think he's a bad guy.
Just misled, misunderstood. I don't know.
He's not going to jump on the wagon publicly, but he's definitely on that wagon with everybody else.
So, channel surfers, we take little breaks in between recording, and Dee's getting her snacks on.
I'm like popping my trail mix in my mouth.
She told me I don't give her a chance to swallow.
Because you were starting the recording, and I'm like, shit, you don't give me a chance to swallow.
Okay, so, but I stopped it. I was messing around with you, and then you popped more in your mouth as soon as you finished. Like
the M&Ms go a little faster than the peanuts.
What did you think of Alex's mom?
Liked her.
She's pretty cool. She's like hippy dippy. She had that little belly shirt on.
She's a gypsy soul. That's what she reminded me of. He so comes by it, honestly. The whole traveling around different places.
He gets it from his mama.
It's an adventure. Material things don't matter to her. It's the adventures in life that matter, which I thought was so cool.
That was a beautiful charcuterie board that Ashley made. Is that what made you need some snacks?
Yes. Every time I see food on the show, I'm like, I'm hungry. It's like it triggers it.
Looks so good. We learn the signs of Ashley and Alex. So Alex is a Pisces and Ashley is a Virgo. I'm a Pisces. My worst relationship ever was a Virgo. It might have just been that he's an asshole, but I've avoided Virgos ever since.
I think it was because he was an asshole. I know some Virgos and they're very lovely people.
There's assholes in all the signs.
Most people would say I'm probably an asshole.
I was like, have you met me? So Alex walks away. And the first moment that Ashley gets with Alex's mom, she asks him about his prior relationship. I don't know if that's the question I would ask mom. I would probably ask the person I'm with about their relationships. They're going to know better than the parent.
I'm wondering if she did it to see if what his mom said lines up with what he said to her. I don't know. I just kind of think that's a no-fly zone. I have no desire to know about past relationships with someone that I'm with. So I don't want them bothering me about mine.
See, I like to know because you could maybe point out some red flags there. You could spot some red flags, but you're not going to ask their mom.
No.
Alex's mama's little boy. She's not going to say anything bad. And she probably wouldn't know. She doesn't know what it's like in the relationship with her son and the romantic relationship.
It would be different if there's Sunday dinner with mom every week and she's around those relationships, but I kind of have the feeling that she's not been really around for any of them to watch herself, first of all. So she's only going to hear whatever he decides to tell her on the phone.
Well, he moves all over the place. She moves all over the place. Do you think Alex's mom knows that he was talking to Ashley about tracking her cycle? No. Well, she will after she watches this. His mom did soften him some to me, though, but I think a mom is always going to do that because she's not going to get on there and do anything to make her boy look like not a great catch who's absolutely ready for this.
True, but she didn't say, it wasn't what she said necessarily that kind of softened me. It was just the way that she said it. The love is definitely there. And I didn't think that she really said anything that would make a person change their mind about him anyway.
Well, she was placing the blame on the other people in the relationship.
Well, and I don't
that
expect
ex-girlfriend was a huge problem.
Yeah, I don't expect that to be any different. But when she was talking about his soccer career and she thought that he would be a good soccer coach, not really see him tied down to a desk. And I hadn't even thought about that until she said it. Because of the way he likes to travel around all the time, she's probably right. He's not going to be a desk jockey at all.
He could be a jockey. No, he couldn't. He's too tall.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But he's not going to be a person that's going to be satisfied in their life if they're stuck in four walls at a desk every day.
If he always needs change, though, will he ever be satisfied with being in one place? Whether that's a relationship or a physical location or a job.
I think there's nothing wrong if he doesn't want to be in one place all the time like that. He just needs to find somebody that's going to be compatible to that kind of a lifestyle.
But how far does that carry over? Does that carry over into his romantic life? We don't know.
Well, yeah, for sure. I think it should. I definitely.
So then how is he going to be happy with one person?
I don't think he is. Remember, I said I thought because of his lifestyle choices, the moving around, that he's not going to get married. When it comes right down to it, I don't think he'll get married unless he thinks she is 100% the same as him as far as moving around.
And we might also just be comparing apples to oranges. Wanting to move around an adventure, that is different than wanting to settle down with somebody. And it might be an adventure you want to experience together. So maybe that is what we're seeing with Alex. Is the nomad lifestyle in vogue?
Oh, yeah. Haven't you seen anything about that stuff?
No, because I keep my ass at my house.
Oh, yeah. The camper life. There's people like they'll redo vans and travel the country doing podcasts and TikToks
like
and
Gabby
stuff. And
Petito.
Just like
dangerous.
that. It's very popular. Yeah. Campers, they they don't have houses. People are
That-
buying campers.
This is a dangerous vibe, Ashley. Liked Emma's family. She brought Mike to meet her sisters and her parents.
Her parents were wonderful.
Tell us how you really feel, Dee.
The sister was driving me crazy. I was just like, who the fuck says that?
So she has children, and she doesn't regret having children.
Well, that's what she says, but that's not what she says.
But if she got to the end of her life and could do it over,
She would not have children.
yeah,
And I'm just, so
that sounds like regret to me.
that is regret. Then when they actually bring the kids out and they're 5 and under.
Why? Now that yours are in their 30s, are you like?
Well,
a
yeah.
2
I mean, I still wouldn't say no. Let's get this straight. I think once you have kids and you love your kids, you
Right.
don't have those kind of thoughts. I cannot relate to what this woman is saying at all. And I feel like she's making the decision harder for Emma because Emma's listening to this bullshit.
Well, the Emma that her family knows has been a hard no on kids. So the thought of a maybe, they're like, okay, you're in this weird experiment. You just met this guy 2 weeks ago, and now we go from a lifetime and no to a maybe. But then she talks about her concerns, and her family didn't know that that was why. And she also says she lacks maternal instinct. Now, poor Mike. Mike is trying. It's like swing and a miss, swing and a miss. First, he's like, oh, maternal instinct. You're such a great dog mom. And her sister chimes in, a dog isn't the same as kids. You know what? I agree. It's not exactly the same. We are not comparing apples to apples, but it's similar.
There's a responsibility.
Or maybe I'm just a crazy dog person.
Well, maybe me too. I mean, I've got 3 of them. There's medicines and hell, I got one with diapers.
Me too.
There's feeding them. There's vet visits. And you can't go anywhere unless I have somebody to watch them. My dogs are better taken care of than I take care of myself.
Like she said, you can't leave your kid at home for 8 hours at a time. I think it's comparable. I was a dog mom for a long time before I was a human mom. Leading into, you don't realize how much you have to give up in order to be a mom. I don't feel that way.
I don't either, because the thing is you might be giving up something as a single or a parentless person, but you gain a lot having kids too. Are they talking about like going out and partying?
It depends on where you are in your life when you have kids. Because I was 34. My husband was 42 when we had our son. No, I was 37 when we had our son. At that point, I had done all the going out. I had done the traveling. We had known each other for 10 years and been together for like 5. What was my life like? I was sitting at home with my dogs and then hanging out and having parties and having my friends over. What's my life now? I'm sitting at home with my dogs and my kid and my husband and having parties with friends over who also had kids in their mid to late 30s, early 40s. And now they just bring their kids and our kids go and play upstairs and we sit down and drink and play Cards Against Humanity. It is not that different, but it's like because we were older, we had already kind of settled down. It just makes me wonder what she went through though, because these are our experiences, but it's not everybody's experience and everybody's experience is very different. But I'm also not saying that kids are for everybody because can be exhausting.
Well, that is not what I was saying either.
No, I know that's not what you were saying, but I don't want other people to interpret this as us like saying, yeah, everybody should have kids, because absolutely not. And there really is a beauty into living your life for yourself. 100% there is. Connor's family is giving me the same vibe as Brie's mom.
Yes.
They have very similar personalities. They're also busting each other's chops. She just fits right in.
That's probably the reason why they do the bustin' chops flirty stuff, because both of their families seem to do it. So they both have probably grown up that way.
But yeah, it was a good vibe. I really liked their house. I liked the basket with the floral in it and the little twinkle lights. And I liked the built-in bookshelves that were dark green.
You always
cute.
You always notice that stuff when I don't. I'm like focused exactly on the people and that's it. I rarely notice that. I know you noticed all that. You do.
But yeah, great vibe, great connection. His dad was hilarious. Goes, how much do I owe her? How much do I have to pay this woman to take my son off my hands?
That was cute.
Ashley asks Alex about his past relationships. I thought it was a little dodgy.
His answers?
Yes.
Honestly, I thought she was like grilling down on him about past relationships. And personally, I would have been like, I don't really think it's any of your business. It has nothing to do with us. But that's just me. I thought there was too many questions.
Well, the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior.
True, but
If you
expect a person that you're asking to be honest about their fault in a past relationship, I don't think you're going to hear it anyway. So why bother asking?
I could accept where I was faulty in past relationship.
Well, some people can, but as a whole, I don't think most people do. They don't see their fault in the relationship.
There's still, you're gonna figure things out. Like if you ask me about their last relationship or their past relationships and it's like, oh, they're all bitches. I can't stand them. I hate them.
Well, that
that's
says
gonna
a
be
lot.
a red flag. Right.
Yeah,
so I
that
think
says
it
a lot.
is.
But that's wasn't what she was asking. Like she was very detailed. It was a grill.
Right. But this was after she asked his mom, which I don't think she should have done. And his mom was like, they're all problematic. So she might have been, she's about to marry this guy in 2 weeks. I think she needs to find out what she can find out. The part I thought was dodgy is when he was talking about the girl
in Texas
that was just a friend. It was like he probably did go visit her for a week, but he didn't want to admit it. Also, we're probably talking about 6 months before the show. And then he explained that the situationship, that wasn't him, that person didn't want things with him, which to me explains why he might be freaking out that Ashley doesn't have an immediate answer. Because this last girl with Alex, she didn't understand the nomad relationship. And that's why it ended. And then he also had an ex-girlfriend when Alex was in Australia who didn't come because she didn't want to travel. So he might be more sensitive to why Ashley isn't giving him an answer, even though it's like, dude, I'm just going to ask my employer tomorrow.
Well, I don't know where we're at and if she's talked to her employer yet or not.
I don't either, but I'm just saying, knowing those things about his relationships can tell you about maybe what's going on now with him.
Well, even without knowing his past relationships, we know that it's very important to him to be able to have that nomad life. So,
but is he trying to push her away with it? Or why is he getting on my ass about giving him an answer now? We don't know those reasons. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was eye-opening. For me, hearing him talk about his exes was eye-opening.
I didn't think he said anything
a little
bad
dodgy
about them.
No, he didn't. And that was great. I thought that was a green flag. He didn't say anything bad about him. He took a lot of accountability with the second one, which is great. He learned from his other relationships. I thought there were green flags there. The only one that was a reddish flag, I felt like he was trying to hide something with the friend.
I think that maybe the friend, the one in Texas, right? I think that's the one in Texas.
Yes.
I think she may have been in a relationship when he seen her in Texas.
Maybe, he said she's in a relationship now.
Right.
But again, this was 6 months ago.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if it's like, even if it was platonic, her current boyfriend would not like that she spent any time with these ex. So maybe he's just trying to, I don't know. It don't really matter.
That doesn't make any difference as to why he's not straightforward with his partner about it.
Well, he's on camera.
Well, then he could say, we can save this for after. We'll talk about this later.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
So more excitement. Yay. We're going to have singles now. And we are now seeing for the first time some of the singles. We were blind in the pods. We are just like the guys over here. Like, who's that? Or just like the girls, who's that guy? All right. So they're at a bowling alley, which this is the weirdest bowling alley I've ever seen. They had these strings attached to the top of the pens.
Well, as the scene went on, I seen some other stuff. So I'm wondering if it's like a fun center where there's like a bowling section. I saw something that said something about a cage. So I'm wondering if it's like different, maybe axe throwing, bowling
but why
alley.
Are there strings at the top of the bowling pin?
It didn't look like a regulation size bowling alley. Yeah.
All right. So first new person that we're meeting is Kia, which is spelled Keya. We had no idea because we did not see the lower thirds until now. She's really pretty. I think that's about how I would have imagined Kia.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I thought she was softer than Tyler, softer spoken.
Mm-hmm.
And after the way she left Kevin in the pods, she's feisty. So I'm seeing all that personality. And actually, before we move on to the next single, Christine and Vic, they are the first to walk in, which proves my point. I said that the article that came out the other day where they went to Miami because they couldn't afford to have 6 couples go in, and it said that they weren't getting along. I called BS on that. I said this was an afterthought. The editors needed to make up for a lackluster cast. Had they been the original thought to have 7 and they just didn't have the money for the honeymoon or whatever it's called, the trip, then wouldn't they have been there with the singles or the couples waiting for the singles to come in instead of walking in with the singles?
That makes sense.
This is a way to, and it's not even a way to introduce them because they brought them in from the beginning. But it was probably when they're reaching out to everybody that they figured out or they stayed in touch with producers that they figured out these 2 are together. And now that Chris and Jess are broken up, we can put in another feel-good couple because that was supposed to be our golden couple. And wow, that was wrong.
Yeah. But everybody loves them. As soon as Vic and Christine walk in, everybody just flocks to them and they're hugging them and laughing.
This whole they don't have connections with the cast. Well, it's because you didn't send them to Mexico and pick them to start. Yeah, accidentally picked. So we just saw Kevin. This is not how I imagined Kevin.
Me either.
I thought he was taller.
I was getting ready to say the same thing too. He sounded like a tall person.
He did. He sounded kind of like a ladies' man. I would have thought taller, more athletic of a build. He kind of looks like Steve Urkel or something.
Yes.
He looks like I thought Devonte would look. I was not expecting all that. The girls are talking about how much they miss Jess and then start getting into the whole Chris drama. Apparently, Chris is the cool Kool-Aid man because after his breakup, he's busting into Brie's DMs like, oh, yeah. I mean, freaking Kool-Aid man.
What was that supposed to mean?
All I can think is the Kool-Aid man who busts through the wall and says, oh, yeah. I don't know. You want some Kool-Aid? I don't think anybody's drinking your Kool-Aid, Chris. Sorry. You can go drink some cyanide Kool-Aid. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you're a lovely person. It's all that at 100%. These girls are not happy with it.
Oh my gosh.
Then got a message that said, call me. And she's like, oh shit, Connor. Oh shit, Connor. Burn my phone. Change my number. Get her restraining order. This creeper is on me. Amber. I freaking love Amber. She's like, what the fuck? How is he so cocky? He is too short to be this cocky. And then little sweet Emma. Oh yeah, he's too short to ride this ride. I cannot wait for Jess to hang out with the girls because she doesn't need to rip that man a new one. They're doing it for her.
They're doing it for her and doing a fine job, I might add.
Bravo. Chris walks in and I don't know if it's because he's so small they can't see him, but they're just like, oh, hey, man, over on the side. Connor's like, this is weird. I'm not here for him. I'm here for Brie.
I'm surprised he even showed up. They probably made him, though, didn't they?
I cannot believe this man showed his face here. I cannot believe Chris.
Yeah.
He thinks he is not at fault. Remember, he just told her that he wasn't necessarily attracted to her and told her he wanted to keep working on it. It's her fault that she didn't want to. Jess walks in. And the girls are so excited. They're picking her up. They're spinning her around,
telling her how good she looks.
Your body looks so good, girl. Have you been working out? No, thanks for asking.
I naturally come this way.
It is so salty. I love every bit of it. They are saying it loud so that Chris overhears it. And Chris is just like, I don't give a flying fuck. They all hate me. No, he gives more than a flying fuck.
He will by the end of the night, I'm sure. I have a feeling he's going to get a lot of pieces of minds.
He looks bothered by it. He looks scared to be there. He looks like a little shivering chihuahua.
I mean, I know that he's short, but I didn't realize how short until I see him in comparison to that group of guys all standing there.
Somebody needs to spray him with a water bottle. I didn't even realize there was someone named Priyanka in the pods. I don't think they said her name where we heard it because we don't know. We only saw the couples and heard the names that we heard.
Yeah, I don't think she talked to anybody or that name would have definitely stuck out.
But Alex says that they are part of the same friend group from Chicago, friends of friends, and they knew each other. They realized that on the other side of the wall. And he's like, I didn't want to ruin her experience. So we didn't say anything. So this has happened before. On Love is Blind, Lydia and Uche, they had actually dated before. And it was so weird. Uche was so weird. Anyway, what the producers do is they don't want the experiment ruined. Like, obviously, Alex could sit there and tell everybody what Brie looks like. Brie could tell everybody about Alex. So it's like, if you're going to keep your mouth shut, you can both stay. If not, you need to leave. If you want to date each other, you need to leave because you know each other. So that's what he meant by not ruining the experience. And I saw in an article that she had dated some of his friends before. So they weren't interested in each other romantically.
I'm curious if she's going to tell Ashley anything about him, though. Like, if she knows anything, if she would share it with Ashley.
She can't because that was part of the condition of staying.
Gotcha. Okay. Jess
is recounting her experience. Amber's heard it before. She's telling it to Christine. And Amber, this is why I'm going to kick him in the fucking teeth. I want to kick him in the fucking teeth. That's energy. That is D energy.
Is Southern Ohio energy.
I'm like, this feels familiar. The part where he was talking about, this is my husband, Rob, channel surfers. If you're on YouTube, you can see him. The part that he was talking about the body type and the Pilates, they weren't having any of that.
No. He's just getting, like, the bar has completely dropped, as Christine said.
Oh, it's on the floor.
Yeah.
Anything you do is better than this. She's not totally wrong.
He's just getting worse and worse. The more they know, the worse it's getting.
And the more he drinks, the more interesting it gets.
And I think Brie actually told Jess about him DMing her as well, because she said that she knew about it.
Yes. And also, the whole Instagram stripper thing
was sent to her.
And I love how Christine jumps in there and says, Jess, this isn't about you. You're fabulous. She's like, no, I know, honey. This would have ended me a few years ago, but I know I've got it good. And that's why I don't have him.
Yeah. These girls have her back so good. It's so nice to see that.
And she appreciates her worth.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she should. Now, Chris, people just don't like him because he's honesty. That's it. She didn't like that honesty.
Sure. That's it. It can't have anything to do with the fact he's an ass.
Just because you're honest doesn't mean you're not an ass. And then, now this could be editing because I do hear the Franken edit here. But supposedly, Chris goes into the bathroom with Alex and he's saying Brie is hot and he wants to talk to him. And then you hear a shift where it's like, I don't care about Connor. And Alex is just like, okay, man. So I don't think this was part of the same conversation. I don't even know if it happened in the bathroom, but.
Well, I mean, we hear a toilet flushing.
And they can't add that in.
I was hoping it was him. Flush that little turd down the toilet.
You think that he's literally there peeing and flushing the toilet as we are hearing this conversation. You can hear the voices change. That toilet was added in. Here, okay. I'll show you.
It's okay.
So we just sit or listen. Indeed. Basically, Chris is in the bathroom and he says, I want to talk to Brie and Connor. And then you hear a new track added in. I don't care. The I don't care was not part of that sentence. That was subbed in. And overlaying this track is the sound of a toilet flushing. So the toilet flushes are added in. And this sentence, he's talking about what's he going to do? Beat me up? Yeah, right. All of that, this is all cropped together. So when Chris is saying that the edit got me, yeah, the edit screwed him on that part. But the edit did not screw him when he is sitting there face to face with Jess saying, I'm thinking about my number 2.
Right.
Or you need to do Pilates. Anyway, so Chris, this little twerp, this little gnat comes out of the bathroom and he's talking to Amber and Jordan. And he tells Amber, he's like, we were all saying it in the lobby that you're crazy. And then we're like, no, she's perfect for Jordan. What? We don't like your honesty that you're putting people down and saying everybody's talking shit about you. That's not true. And that's not polite.
Well, his attitude as he goes from group to group is almost like, I'm the life of the party. I'm here. I've got something to say. And what I've got to say is important. And I'm just like, everybody is hating on you right now, dude. And you're just walking around like you're a freaking Cadillac or something.
I was ready for Amber to headbutt him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But she
says, you seem a little drunk. And he's like, look, no, you don't even know me. I'm not this crazy, horrible person. Excuse me, you just told her that she was crazy and everybody was saying she was crazy, but that's perfect for Jordan. Like, you're an asshole.
And yeah, you're a horrible person.
People just don't like his honesty. I mean, he's drunk right now. Give him that.
True.
He is 2 sheets to the wind, 3 sheets to the whatever. He's been rode hard and put out wet, but
that's just making his asshole stick out even more.
Amber, this queen, do you think you're ever gonna get a hot doctor like that again? And then she walks off laughing at him. I'm just saying.
Mic drop.
Beautiful. That was beautiful.
Bravo.
She also tells him she doesn't like him.
Yeah. Bravo, Amber.
She's
we
just
love
being
you.
honest.
Yeah.
That is being honest.
Yeah.
Chris then winds up in a conversation with Brie, Ashley, and Pre. And he's trying to explain that, no, she's amazing. Jessica's beautiful. I have to be attracted to somebody when they're naked. And
it's the worst sex I've ever had.
Worst sex he's ever had. He's not 90 years old. Like, yeah, you're not always going to be attracted to somebody, but like, I want to have fun until I'm in my 70s for the next 40 years. Also, they had said earlier that he dates 21 to 25-year-olds. So is he just going to be trading? I don't think he's going to be getting anything. Amber's right. Where is he going to get another hot doctor? Ashley and Pre, they have enough of it. They are trying to give a man out. They're like, oh yeah, sexual compatibility is important. Sometimes things don't mesh.
Then he tries to pick up all 3 of them.
Yeah. Then he's like, let's all go out.
And they're like,
and
we're
that's
done.
when they're like, let's go talk to Alex and leave him there with Brie. And Brie says, look, Connor and I, we're trying not to take sides. Like, they're friends with both of them. They're friends with Chris. They're friends with Jess. And this is an important decision. You know, you definitely shouldn't marry Jess if you feel this way. Don't fucking do that to my friend. Sure is what she's thinking, but not saying. Now, Connor, on the other hand, while Chris is sitting here talking to the ladies, he keeps going, I don't give a flying fuck. Connor's like, I wouldn't take any amount of money to be in that conversation. I don't want to talk to him. And I've heard him say that like 4 or 5 times now. The dude is drunk, but he continues to say it. But Connor doesn't want anything to do with him. And Brie is still trying to, at this point, play Switzerland. But now Chris has something to say about Connor.
Oh, shit.
Connor's a submissive guy, Brie, and that's not what you need. Let me mansplain to you what you need. You need a guy that's not submissive, like me. You know, me, Chris, not submissive. You're going to be bored with Connor. Meanwhile, Connor's having a conversation with the girls and Jess, and he's saying, I talked to her friends and they were like, this is exactly what she needs, a guy like you. Her friends that know her better than Chris does. And we end it with Chris. He's like, this is what's going to happen. You're not going to marry Connor. Even though she tells him, she's like, he's going to meet my dad. Remember, that's a big deal. When we saw Brie's mom, she was like, I'm not ready for him to meet dad yet. She is taking him to Grand Rapids to meet dad now. But Chris knows it all. They're not going to get married. And she needs a guy who has a Charles Schwab account and can show her the world and not this like blue collar guy. And that's him. He's like, it's me. I regret not choosing you. That's the mistake I made.
And we'll have great sex.
And we'll have great sex because, Jess was horrible. He's like, what? Connor's the best you ever had? She goes, no, but he's good. I'm sorry. Like what you just did to Jess, nobody is going to want to go through that. And especially how happy everything seemed and for it to just change on a dime. And what is this Nat doing here?
I really hope that Connor kicks his ass. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I really wish that he would. Somebody needs to put this guy in his place.
See, it's going to be Amber. You know it. He better stay away from her. She could step on him and just crush him between the floor and her heel. Brie, we're going to find out what her response to all this BS is, but the look in her face looks like she's about to throw up on him.
Mm-hmm.
She looks disgusted.
I probably would throw up on him.
He's not
I'd probably
reading the room.
punch him. But
I would walk away just
Mhm.
like Ashley and Brie did.
Mhm.
And like Jess, I wouldn't put myself in his presence because he isn't worth it. He is not worth my time. He's not worthy of breathing the same air.
I have never, ever heard somebody so impressed with themselves. Maybe Cody Brown. Maybe.
Now, to be fair, a lot of this conversation, you hear him saying things, but you don't see it coming out of his mouth. Like you see the back of his head, you see Brie's reaction, you do hear some of the edits. The thing is, he said these things. He said this to Brie, but it doesn't mean that the conversation about sex was also put in that order there. But going back to the conversation we saw at the beginning of this episode, he said what he said.
He's ick.
I don't care. I don't care how you said it. The fact that you said that you're thinking about your second and that she needs to do Pilates. You did not see that coming.
I did not see that coming. I thought he was so nice. I'm so disgusted right now just listening to him this entire episode.
Well, channel surfers, if you haven't done this yet, head over to TikTok and look up Chris's ex, Marta. She dated him before the pods. And she describes dating as going on dates. He told her he was going to go on a business trip, allegedly. He ghosted her the night before. And when he shows back up, he's been on the show and engaged and broken up. And she dated him after the pod. She has a voicemail that he left her during the breakup saying what she needs is to get some hot doctor, irony, alleging that he's in lots of debt and his creditors have sued him. But at the same time, he makes fun of poor people. It's not good.
I hope
Social
she's
media
not with him anymore, right?
No, ex-boyfriend.
Gotcha.
And she's making so much fun of him. So little bonus material, little homework for the channel surfers.
She's
right,
the one
guys.
that should get the attention, not him.
We will be back tomorrow with Traders. And thanks for listening. Bye.
Let's ride.